This is the very sad situation that you're all in, where you've tried this and you can look back before you came here to approximately 10,000 times that you were in the situation, right? When they do something wrong and you give them criticism, whether you do it with a smile or not, even with a smile, right, does it work? Did it work for you? Yes or no? No. Doesn't work. So, at the same time that it doesn't work, you're mazik the nefesh hayeled. You damage them, and that causes more bad behavior. So, choice one is, don't say anything. Because what am I asking you to give up on? I'm telling you that over the next 5 years, instead of criticizing 300 times and not accomplishing anything and having a more broken kid who comes to the conclusion that my parents don't understand me, they don't love me, they don't want me, they don't like me, I'm a mess up, I'm a screw up, I'm bad, because either they are angry at you or they're angry at themselves. Which one is better? The worst is when they turn on themselves and they already have a low self-esteem, and then they have a crushed self-esteem. I'm a loser, you're right, I'm a loser, I'm an idiot, I'm dumb, and then their whole life is gone. Okay? So option number one is, if you see that when you give your kid musar and teichacha and criticism and ideas, he accepts it, fine, regular kid, I'm not talking about that. But if you try 5,000-10,000 times, when they mess up, to do that, and you see that it doesn't accomplish, and they get rage, anger, pain, frustration, door slamming, then you're not, kashem shemitzvah loimer davish nishma, kach mitzvah loimer davish shaloi loimer davish shaloi nishma. The same way it's a mitzvah to say something that a person will hear, it's a mitzvah to not say something that a person will not hear. You're mazik your own child. So you're talking to his head, but you're taking a bat and you're breaking his knee. You're breaking the nefesh hayeled, the esteem of the child. He feels worthless, right? And that creates more problems. So step number one is, if you don't know, if you can't talk logic, don't do anything. Because in 5 years from now, you're going to have a way healthier child by not giving bad, damaging chinuch than by giving bad, damaging chinuch where you lost the battle and you lost the war. Right? Option two is to first approach, make sure that you don't damage the nefesh hayeled, and then see, maybe the next day, say, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Because I find that whenever it's the moment, even regular kids, but even regular adults, people can't listen. Right? So in Home Sweet Home, and I'm talking from experience, my rule was, I could say it now because I closed, I didn't tell this to them then. Whatever they asked me that was against the rules, I said yes, but not next time. And they all said, okay, fine, and they did it now because they got it into their head. Like they had to be my Shabbos, right? And they were not allowed to be in Home Sweet Home for Shabbos. And they were my guests, and that was the way I set it up, and we treated them like royalty every week by my house, my friends, and the new kids in the beginning would always say, because they don't want to be by my house. First of all, because it's a rule, so right away I don't want to listen to you. Second of all, because then you got to be by a meal. I just want to be in the house. But there was no supervision there, and I didn't want it open, and I had my reasons. So what are you going to do? It gets into his head. He says, can you do me a favor? I don't feel well. I have fever. I worked the whole day. It's like you're picking him up in 10 minutes. They wait till the last minute. Please, can I stay here for Shabbos? What are you supposed to do? I have a program. I have rules. I have good reasons, right? So I lost that battle already. I knew it. Because anything that they would ask me for, in their mind, I already lost that battle. It's never going to happen. So I'm worried about, I don't care about making an exception. I'm worried about the other 51 Shabbosim of the year. Right? And I don't need all of them either. If I get 40, I'm happy. So I told him, listen, I see that you have your mind made up. You know that it's against the rules. You know that I'm bending over backwards. Promise me you're just going to stay in, you'll watch TV, you'll do what you do here, and you're not going to make a party and burn down the house. No, I promise you, I just need a break, I'll be so good. And in the future, can I have your word? Okay, you're going to follow the program? They always say yes, because it's the pressure of now, not because they're manipulating me. They really, be'emes, want to be good. They didn't come into my program to screw up. Like Rav Steinman says, no kid comes to school to get thrown out of class. People are angry at them. Oh, that's what you came here for. No, nobody comes to be a loser. Nobody comes to be chutzpahdik. And they didn't come to get thrown out of the program. It was just too hard for them sometimes. So I respected them by saying, you know what? I see that this is what you're going to do now. In the future, can you not do that? And most of the time they won't. And every once in a while they'll really, again, need to. And I'll say, okay, I'll make an exception for you. I made exceptions all the time. So the second plan is to first take care of the nefesh ha'adam, take care of the nefesh ha'yeled. Be polite, be sensitive, say, you know what, we'll discuss this tomorrow. No anger, because you have to make sure you don't have anger. Like the Nesiv Shalom says, when you're angry, it's like ki'ilu oved avodah zarah. How do you expect to do chinuch for Hashem in the middle of worshiping idols? Can you imagine? You take out your idol, you're bowing, chinuch, after being mechanech, you're right in the middle of, firstly, you're probably not allowed to talk during the avodah zarah davening, right? And in the middle of bowing down to this big idol, I'm going to do chinuch for Hashem. I'm going to be matzliach with my kids. So if you're angry, it's no good. So you tell your kid, you know what? You stole the car, you bashed it up, whatever. First, give me a hug. I love you. You protect nefesh ha'yeled. There is an issue, right? Don't worry about it. We're going to get through this together. We'll deal with this tomorrow. This way, you're calm, he's calm, you protect the nefesh. The next day, you say, okay, so this is done already, right? In the future, can we work on this together? You'll get the best deal from them. They're always going to offer their best deal. And they're not going to always do it. But what else do you want? This is the most you're going to get from this child, is that they're going to put their best foot forward to tell you, you're right, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it. In the future, I'll try better. And they will try better. And they'll do the best they can. And if they can't do better, then they're not going to do better anyway. So it takes all the anger and everything out of the table. At least, if you're hoping to accomplish something, you're not going to destroy the person. Because if you destroy your kid, you end up with a bigger problem, costing you way more money, sleepless nights, blah, blah, blah. So it's not just about the kid. Be selfish. Don't ruin your kid's life, because they will ruin your life. Right? We can attest to that. Okay? But there's a third part. The third part is really deep. The third part is recognizing that at that moment, you have an opportunity. Because at that moment, you can reach deeper into the broken self of the child than you can when they don't mess up. Actually, in 5 years from now, you're going to look back when your kid is Be'ezrat Hashem, super healthy and healed in all ways with Hashem's help. And you're going to realize, you know what did it? It was that time. It was that thing that the kid, and they always remember. I thought it was over. I thought, oh my God, I thought it was over. We have so many kids today who are frum, who look back, and the famous story is, which happens so many times, they steal a car Friday night. I don't know why, whenever they steal a car Friday night, they always get into a car accident, and all of a sudden, and Tati finds out about it. This happens so many times. Goes over to his kid and gives him a huge hug, a teepee hug, an embrace. The only thing I care about is that you're okay. That you're okay. That means more to me. You mean more to me than my car. I love you. Don't worry. We'll get through this. When they steal, we had a kid who cleaned out his parents' safe, $50,000. Okay? And they did this, and their kid is from today. I know him. He's a nachas. He's married. I was at the wedding. Married, from, with kids. And they could have lost him. And they used that worse opportunity to do a tikkun in the nefesh ha'yeled, which is exposed. And bypassing the b'mechanech, fix the broken person. That's the greatest chinuch in the world. Because we know that all their misdeeds is coming from a broken self. You say, wow, this is great. You know what he did? A horrible, terrible thing. What an opportunity. That's how we look at it, because you can dig deeper down. The example I give, if someone is stabbed, God forbid, 3 inches, and you take him to the surgeon, and he says, oh, I can only fix 2 inches, so he sews the top 2 inches, The bottom inch is open. There's terrible internal bleeding. Our kids have deep, deep pain, or Shimon Russell says, attachment disorder from trauma and pain. The further you can get into them, to prove to them that you can trust me, I am with you, I'm not judging you, I don't look down at you, the more of a tikkun you make to their nefesh, that, it's a surgery, that brilliant surgery, actually moves them into a different category. And they won't be doing those things that they used to do in the old category. And there's no greater chinuch than that.